Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm sorry about the problems I was having. On the first getting on, I was having a really bad retro. I'm sorry about the problems I was having. On the first, I'm sorry. I was having problems with the Mercury retrograde. Tried to get on earlier in the morning to do this reading and couldn't get on. And then Dean and I tried coming on a little later that day, and we got it to launch, but we couldn't get our pictures to show up, and we couldn't see them if they were streaming or not. So we gave up and shut down the program. And I guess it ran because it didn't shut down when I logged on my computer the next day. It was still open. So sorry about that. Thank you for coming in, though. And I made a mistake, though, when I was going back on my phone notes on this reading. I did it on the 20th. I had the vision on the 20th. What I did is, after I'd had the vision, I had been meditating that morning, and I had the vision. Hi, Snow Wolf. I had the vision. It was early in the morning. Kevin and I usually talk in the morning, and I had sent him the vision I had. So I'm just gonna go from my notes so I don't get detoured on that. Although I've meditated on it since then, because I keep on feeling energy shifts around the Ukraine and Russia. So my original vision was that I was seeing that Ukraine and Russia are going to end up having a conflict, a military conflict. The United States, I'm not seeing that the Ukraine literally wants us in there fighting the war for them. I'm seeing them as telling us to help them out with weaponry, and if we need your help, then we'll ask for it. Of course, U.S., NATO, and our allied countries are, in my original vision, are going to help provide arms to NATO. In fact, I've already seen that we're delivering arms, and we do have some special forces in there that are delivering the arms, and we have boots on the ground. I don't know that for sure as a fact, because when I had this vision, later that day, I had heard that Biden had called in our troops to be on standby. But he hadn't moved any troops out. But somebody has to deliver them, and we usually always send advanced forces in when we do. What I was seeing, though, is the boots on the ground are providing the weaponry. And because the Ukraine military is primarily made up of a lot of volunteer soldiers, it's not a well-defined, constructed army. I mean, they do have a good fighting force, but a lot of them are volunteers. They're showing them how to use some of the weaponry and stuff that we're helping provide them, so that they have good knowledge of the use of the weapons, so that they can use it to defend themselves. I see Ukraine being extremely strong, extremely motivated. They do not want to become part of Russia again. None of the countries that were ever part of the Soviet Union before, in any of the USSR, Soviet bloc countries, they don't want back into the Soviet Union. That's Putin's crazy idea, to configure everybody back so he can be the new Stalin, I guess. He wants that full dictatorship. He wants to bring that power back in. In my vision, what I was seeing was an uprising of the Russian people. One, they're already aware of Putin talking about attacking his own country and saying it was Ukraine to give him an excuse to go and fight. That did not go over well. And the other thing is, the oligarchs are not backing him taking these actions, because Putin's putting them in jeopardy of all their international deals, all the way they make money internationally. All they can see is getting sanctioned by all the allied countries they have deals going on the side with, and all that. They don't want it. Nobody in Russia but Putin wants to go to war. And of course, the soldiers that he's got lined up at the border that are trained to do nothing but what he says. And he is still moving troops in, unfortunately. I do see, since I've had that vision, I do see the oligarchs meeting with Putin and really reaming him up one side and down the other. I think that this is going to lead Putin to his demise. I think the oligarchs will be forcing him out of office within the next 2 years. He's also very, very sick. They're doing a pretty good job covering it up, but I don't think his health is good. I've heard several people say it's possibly Parkinson's, and I'm thinking it. When I did a quick body scan, I was getting it. Yeah, it's a neurological disease of some form. It is impacting his skeletal muscular system, his brain function, the connections from his brain to his spinal cord and to his muscles. But I'm feeling like it's more ALS rather than Parkinson's. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. The energy felt more like ALS. So I have multiple sclerosis, which is similar to ALS. It's just not, ALS is much more progressive. And I'm feeling like what he has is a progressive disease. It could be Parkinson. Parkinson is also in the same type of family of diseases. In fact, the treatments are very similar in ALS, Parkinson's, and MS. They treat with a lot of the same medications and treatments. So it's some kind of muscular neurological disease that is impacting him, though. And I think that's going to slow him down. But I think if he moves forward, I think the oligarchs are going to literally run him out of office. And I was seeing him going on the run. He has no place to run, though. There's not a country one. If he flees Russia, where is he going to go? I don't think there's really many countries that will take him in and under his wing and protect him. So I don't know. I guess time will tell. I do see that, as I'm seeing the energy shift, I do see that both the US and NATO, we are going to set up arms. And then I've also heard that on the news that we're setting up on the bordering countries around Russia and the other surrounding countries around Russia to help protect their borders as well. That puts, if we do send troops in those positions, that puts us in a pretty good spot if Ukraine does need the U.S. or NATO to help step in and fight. I mean, we're surrounding them. I mean, it's technically, if you're looking at a map and plotting out how to win a battle, if you surround your enemy all around the edges from the borders, encircling them, yeah, it weakens them a lot because it could come from any direction. So, I've never been in the military. I don't know how they plot these things out. I just want to send love and best wishes to all our American soldiers and all our NATO ally armed forces that are going over to help Ukraine, and that may love and light protect them and leave very, very, very little casualties, if any, and give Ukraine the strength to hold their ground and protect their own country, because I think they need to. The one thing I'm still seeing, and I think I said this in my 2020 prediction, is I do see that Ukraine will be joining NATO within the next 2 years, maybe sooner. I see them rising up and becoming their own country, sturdy country, and I think that's going to be good for them. So I'm not seeing like World War III coming out of this. I think it's going to be maybe a few months to maybe a little over a year of skirmishing, mostly them protecting the borders, not a lot, a heavy loss of life. I don't think it's going to go on a long ways. I don't think this is going to be a world war at all. The last thing any of us and our allies want us to do is get into a world war. And I think that's why we're standing up for Ukraine, is we want to avoid that from happening, and we want to protect the other countries in that region from Putin getting the ideas that, well, not only can you do that, then you can turn around and do it to this country, that country, and try to recapture all of those. None of those countries want that, and I don't think that's going to change. And in fact, the people of Russian descent that live in the Ukraine, you don't see them fleeing into Russia to go join the army. I think if they were wanting to be part of Russia, they would have returned to Russia by now. They have the free will to go back into Russia. They haven't done that, so I think it's all in Putin's head, and I don't think that's going to happen. So that was the vision I was having. It hit me really hard. I wasn't expecting it. I was doing my morning meditation, my prayers, and all that, and then suddenly I just got this movie clip. It was like watching a documentary or something unfold in front of me. It was crazy. And so I went, oh my God, So I thought, well, I got to get this out. And then it's one thing after another with our Mercury retrogrades going on. And then the last couple of days I've been sick. Thought I was getting pneumonia. Luckily, I had medication. I had some steroids. I went back on that. And that kicked the heavy congestion. I was having really problems breathing yesterday. But I'm feeling really good today. So I think I caught it before it really sank into my chest. So I'm doing good. Dean will be joining us in a few minutes. And I want to say hello to everybody that's came into the room. So bye, Karina. I can't, I don't know the name. It's in a foreign language. So, and Snow Wolf. And we're just waiting for other people to come in right now. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them. Dean will be on with me in a few minutes, and I can throw some cards on the Ukraine. Let's see how this is going to unfold in the meantime, because I haven't thrown any cards on it at all. So I will. Let me shuffle this deck really quick. We'll use them in a couple days. Whoa, got flyers everywhere. How is everybody doing today? Where are you at, Karina? Are you in the snow? Are you in warm land like I am? I'm in California. I know Snow Wolf lives in warm country, but I think they might be getting some cold weather too. He's down south. No, I've been reading with Deanne. She's in Illinois, and she got hit with snow pretty heavily. And Kevin got a couple feet of snow, I guess. And my daughter's right next to Kevin in Pennsylvania, and she was sent home at 2:00 yesterday because they were getting ready to get hit in Pittsburgh. I haven't heard from her today. I don't either. Her phone lines are down, satellites down, or she's at work and she just hasn't called me yet today. Oh, you're in Northern California. Okay, cool. Another Californian. I'm in the Tulare area, just between Fresno and Bakersfield. Let's see. What's going to go on? How is this going to unfold with Ukraine and Russia? Let's see. Well, first of all, I'm seeing this as Putin thinks he's got to bring him back and bring them all back to become a family again. But that's going to be a burden. He's carrying a heavy load trying to achieve that, because Ukraine is going to be standing up and defending themselves, coming in with the Page of Knights. They're going to stand up for their own truth, and they've been planning this, and knowing that he's going to try something with them, they've been planning. They're working with U.S., NATO, and all the allied countries. They're not afraid to ask for the help, and we are standing up to the plate with them to give them whatever kind of help they want. I think Putin wants the Ukraine more than just to take back the land. He's wanting it for trade agreements. He's wanting it for they have really good quality natural resources that are much more accessible than what they have in even though Russia has oil and gas and all that, it's much harder to refine their to pump their oil and gas, their oil and stuff, than it is in the United States. And from what I've heard, Ukraine has Texas quality oil available to them. It's easy to get, it's easy to process. It's very much like going into Texas and putting in the pumps, compared to what Russia has, where Russia is calling in a lot of the United States oil companies to help them drill. And of course, we've pulled all that help out and been sanctioned from helping them do that at this time. The final card on this reading is I got the Death, and I think that's the death to Putin, the death to Putin's reign in power. I don't see it working out for him. Yeah, the underlying card of the reading is Putin has the 10 of swords in his back. He is causing his own burdens. He wants to be the emperor of the world. I think he wants to be more than just the emperor of Russia. I think he wants to take world power back. And this is just, in his mind, one more step to gain that. He is going to be moving forward, but the Ukraine is going to stand up the higher ground. They're going to protect themselves and come out looking great on that. So, yeah, I don't see that working out for Putin. I did want to throw just on Putin. Let's see what's going to happen to Putin himself. And I mean, my little birds tell me I'm not using the right deck for this reading. Here's my deck. That's the deck I want. Okay. I like to use the Crow deck. It reads really good political, sort of a darker edge to it. Okay, so how is Putin going to stand in regards to his people and his oligarchs when it comes to going forward with an attack on Ukraine? If he does, what is going to be the resolution for that for Putin, besides just big sanctions from us and other NATO countries? It's going to be the outcome for him. Well, Putin thinks he's going to come out the winner as this yes card. It thinks this is going to bring him the Ace of Pentacles. But I'm hearing no. This is what he's hoping it will be. He hopes it will bring him up in a positive power, bring him money. But in the center of the reading, what it's showing me is what it's going to do to him is it's going to bind him up. It's going to entrap him, and he's not going to be able to find a safe way out of this. I'm seeing this as Ukraine being able to stand up for themselves, and Putin's failure is in the cards. He's going to fail. He's on a downward motion of this will. His hopes and dreams, I think, underline this is he just wants to be the king. He wants to be the king of Russia, the king of all the originating countries that he sees being part of the old USSR. He wants to rise like Stalin, but I don't think the people are going to let him. Hey, Debsy. Hey, Shar. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. I am going to be taking questions. Dean's going to be joining me in a few minutes. He's just finishing up with work and said he'd be joining me about 3 o'clock his time, which is about right now. So he should be coming in any time now. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them, because we're going to get off the politics. Unless you guys have some political questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. But we're going to switch to more fun topics, personals, any fun questions you have. And Shar, we need to get together. we need to plan something out again. But, and let's see. What else can we ask on this? Where's the Ukraine going to stand in the next 2 years through this process? How are they going to come out if this does become a war or a skirmish of some kind? How are they going to come out? Let's see. Well, underlying, they're going to come out as the Queen of Wands. So they're going to be, this card's saying to me, they're going to stand in strength. They're going to stand in their own strength. And they're going to be moving forward as the Knight of Pentacles. This is going to give them financial freedom. This is going to allow them to protect themselves. They want to be hermits from, they want to move like the hermit. They're being guided in protection. They want to be hermited from Russia. They do not want to become part of the big thing. They'd rather be their own country and run solo as their own nation, which I think they're correct. In the center of the reading, I get the Six of Swords. I think this is a Six of Swords. I think this is them fighting, using their strength, in their and putting in their truth, and their outcome is going to be, yes, that King of Cups again, and then I have the Knight of Cups moving forward. So they're all in it, all heart, all emotions. This king wants to stand up for his country, stand up for his people, and do the right thing. And this Knight of Cups is going to be a slow moving journey. It's going to be a very exceptional journey, but they will be abundant in it. And I love this card because not only is it representative of the cups, the emotion, the strength of that, but this card also has all of these fish on it. And fish to me is abundance. I think they're going to gain the abundance from doing this. So I think Ukraine is definitely going to come out on the top side of this skirmish. If you want to call it a war. I hope it's not a war that lasts long. I hope it's more of a skirmish that where they go in and take back over. And hello, Dean is here. Hey, buddy. Hey, gorgeous. How
Yes,
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yes, my gorgeous guy. I always tell Dean it's great. Dean doesn't read with his ego. He wears his ego on his face. He's so gorgeous. It's an inside joke. I always tease him about it because he always tells me how gorgeous he is. He tells us all how gorgeous he is.
Always, you have to.
Always,
You have to.
yeah. But yeah, he's been sending me peanut cartoons all day. I said, "Well, you didn't even send the right one to me." And he goes, "Oh, I know the one you think I should be sending you, Peppermint Patty." I'm like, "Yep, that's my character." So I haven't been reading the chat.
Modest. I'm modest.
Always hard for me to read the chat while I'm reading by myself. So let me scroll back up in the chat and just see what people are saying because I'm sure people have asked questions.
Thanks, Deb Z. Thanks, Shar.
I also want to say hi, Deanne. I tried calling you earlier, and we've been playing phone tag a bit. I give you a call in a little while, unless you want to jump in and join us. Let me just send Deanne a real quick invite. No pressure, Deanne. If you don't have time, are you still watching your granddaughter? Let her answer me first. I see. Let me scroll in this chat because I pick up questions while I'm in. I did see a question. Here's one from Karina. Karina, I did get your question. I'm just gonna thumb through. Oh, I think Deanne's busy. I think she has her granddaughter still. Yeah, sure. I'm live right now. I wonder why it doesn't say live. Char says I don't. My feed isn't saying it's live. Now she said
has a question.
He's gonna remove him. Remove Putin. Did he try to take Ukraine when Trump was in office? I don't think Russia tried to take Ukraine when Trump was in office. I think I think Russia thought Trump was going to be reelected. I think they were really pushing that, and I think had Trump been reelected, Putin would have manipulated Trump into like basically handing him the gauntlet, and backing Putin all the way on it. Unfortunately, I don't think our Congress and I would say our Senate, but we don't know what our Senate would do nowadays. Do whatever Trump wants, I guess. But
yeah. Did
you
see that Putin part of Russian mafia?
What about the Russian mafia?
Shar is saying that's her question. Is Putin part of the Russian mafia?
Does everybody know Shar from Charlie's Angel Tarot? I think most everybody knows who you are, Shar. Yeah, I agree, Debsy. Putin has backed himself into a corner. He can't figure out what he's going to do. He's getting good advice from his oligarchs, but Putin's sort of like Trump when it comes to taking advice. He's going to do what he thinks he's supposed to do, regardless of what anybody tells him. And the energy I'm feeling is Putin keeps on wavering. Does he listen to his oligarchs and pretend like they're having some sideline scrimmage practice on the sidelines and walk away? At one time I was seeing and I thought, I don't think so. One thing, nobody's going to believe he's gone all over the border of Ukraine to put on a practice scrimmage to then walk away. I know that with all the problems they were having with the fishermen in Ireland and them doing naval scrimmages in offshore in their waters, in their fishing region, gave him a lot of bad press, and I think he backed way down on that. Because last thing he wants is a lot of negative press when he's getting ready to pull something over in Ukraine. And he certainly doesn't want to piss off the Irish with our redhead tempers. Now that's not going to go real well. Obviously, I'm not Irish, right? Yeah, I'm a little Irish, a little Scottish. Yeah, you don't want to piss my folks off. We may be mellow part of the time, but piss us off, and we can really let it fly. Yeah, and so I don't think they want to go there. Yeah, Shar said she lived in a village that had them in the village, and they did not know it at the time. Oh, wow. Ooh, Shar's flirting with you too, Dean. She said,
I know. Whoa, just
my lovely Dean, sweetie. Yeah, Dean and I both got the Golden Girl cards now.
You cheated. You copied me.
I copied it. $11.99.
Next one you're gonna order this one, aren't you? You're gonna get this one next, aren't you?
What, the new deck you just got?
Yeah,
I haven't ordered it again. Actually, I'm thinking about getting the Disney Wizard of Oz deck.
You mean Alice in Wonderland?
Or Alice in Wonderland. Wizard of Oz would be good. Yeah, a Wizard of Oz deck would be good. I think there is a Wizard of Oz deck. That would be
I haven't seen one.
I don't know. I'll have to Google that one.
Yeah, and I'll get it before you.
You need a Peanuts deck.
That would be fun to have. That would be fun to have.
Now, I gotta tell Dean's secret, okay? Dean's bedroom is decorated in Peanuts.
No, it's not. I just have a pillow.
I know. I was just teasing. They probably believe me if you just keep your mouth shut. My guides told me, so it must be true. No, I'm kidding.
My God,
that I've seen his pillow. It's really cute, though.
Oh, sure. It's Disney villains.
Yeah, it's a great deck.
I love it.
Who else got that deck? You were going to reveal that with somebody.
Oh, yeah. I was going to work with...
Sophie.
Sophie
has it. That's right. You and Sophie were going to do a reveal on that deck.
I just showed it. The Disney villains deck, Shar.
She wants to see the cards, I think, not just the box. Oh, I was going to tell you, Dean, I was at Target yesterday.
Magic 8 Ball?
No, not yesterday. It was that when we were shopping for Jamie and Odin's birthday presents. They have a Villains Disney board game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like $40, but it looked really cool though. I if I was independently wealthy, I would have bought it for you and just sent it. It was really cute. I think you would have got a kick out of it. I just had extra money. I just didn't have any.
Oh, I'm going to Shar. I'm gonna do a review of it on with Sophie from Bright Opal. I haven't set it up yet, but that's one of the things I need to get set up.
Is Putin part of the Russian mafia? I'd say he's probably one of the ringleaders. I think he has a lot of control over the. I would think it would be probably more the oligarchs overseeing it, but then they all are sort of hand in hand. I don't know. Let me throw some cards on that one, Dean.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I don't want to tame good deck. Go back to my darker deck. I moved all my stuff around. As everybody can see, I turned my office back around so I don't look like I'm standing in the shadow. Yeah, this is the deck. Did you catch our sweet Kevin was on last night with Mel, and they're going to be doing a weekly collab starting up soon. I can't wait to see it.
He was talking to me about that too.
Yeah, I think I think they're thinking on Thursday nights. I don't know that they've locked into any exact time frame or if that's the exact night yet. I think they're still working out the details, but oh, they're wonderful together.
I would say, is he part of that organization? I don't want to repeat that. I would say probably more likely yes. Because it begins with the sun and it ends with the moon. I have the sun in the middle of my reading. I have the moon at the end of my reading. So it begins and ends with him, I want to say. And yeah, I mean, I do have the true love, so I feel like he's the one that's able to pull the strings on it. He's the one that's able to like call the shots. He's in complete control with the emperor. And with the Seven of Wands, this is something that he's orchestrating, something that he's participating in, something that again he's calling the shots. And if you look at those wands, all arrows point or wands point to him. And why? For world domination. Again, he has the world card, and that does not look pretty for the world card. But so yes, I would say strong possibility, possibly a ringleader, or if not, the sole leader of it.
Now this is funny.
But that's my opinion, what the cards are telling me, because I don't know.
Well, the one and only upright card is as the president of Russia. He's tried to look like he's walked away from that kind of life, but unbeknownst to the rest of the world, his hands are in the dark side of the Ace of Coins. He's making dark money through the mafia, either constant kickbacks or he's running the whole show. Yeah, the M word, not bad words. Yeah. Then I get the Eight of Swords in reverse. He is bound and tied to this. On the reverse, on the dark side, I'm seeing this as just, yeah, he's all bound up with it on the dark side of it. It's part of his fate, his will of fortune. It's part of his downfall. It's part of his greed, his avarice, and his downfall. And he was fated to go this direction, and is fated to this being his part of his downfall, that taking the land, taking money, just thief, and just spreading it everywhere. And the final card I get is the Four of Cups in reverse. He's not going to use his options wisely. So any offers that are made to him, he's going to disregard. If it's not what he wants to hear, he's not going to take those options. And I think this is saying that he is going to make the wrong decisions regarding anything to do with that organization, anything to do with his own government, anything to do with any strategic or warlike actions. He's making the wrong decisions all the way across the board. And this is like I said, it's karmic. It's his fate. It is what is going to bring him down. So yeah, I don't see this as good. Not at all. And then if we look at the bottom of the deck, We get the Three of Swords, or the Three of Wands, which would upright would be celebration. This is his demise. So, yeah, not good. That's funny that they all came up dark except for the walk away. And that's the advice he should take. He needs to walk away. Walk away and leave it alone. So, was that the end of our political questions? I'm just sliding through to see if I see any other questions. And I agree, Shart. Buying decks is a lot funner than buying gray shoes and glasses. Although the gray shoes are clogs, aren't they? There. I'll have to tell you my shoe size and send you some money, and you can send me a pair. Hey, Dean, have you ever thought of a perm? I've seen pictures of Dean with a perm. Pretty funny. Although, Dean, the perm with a mullet would look good.
No, I had the perm.
Yeah, but you didn't have the mullet.
Oh. I had the perm for a year. Then I decided to change it up again and I cut it off.
Yes, you did. Yeah, sure. I'll come on live with you. Just give me a date.
That's funny.
You know what a mullet is, don't you? It's a hairstyle from my generation.
I don't know if I would do it again. Maybe. I don't know.
No, but he wears his hair curly sometimes. It looks really good.
Yeah. I prefer just curling it on my own and then, picking it out to be more wavy. I like it wavy. And besides that, it was a lot of work to keep the hair curly. I mean, it really was, because as it grows, every few months you're gonna have every 3 months you had to have it retouched up. The first time I did that, it dried my scalp out pretty bad, and it I mean, it didn't the dried skin didn't crack or break or anything or blister up. It just, I mean, I just don't like the fact I couldn't wash my hair for like 3 or 4 days. That was the grossest thing in the world.
It's worse than bleaching your hair, really. Perms are.
Yeah, so that's why I just normally curl it and take it. Who knows, Shar? If you stop by later on for my show, Coffee Talk Live with Trina, you might see it wavy. I don't know. The only reason why I didn't have to do it
9 hours difference from me,
So if you stay around that long, mind you, you might see it. It'll be all nice and wavy. I just didn't have time to get ready before coming on here because I was in teacher training mode today, and I decided not to have Kathy wait 20 minutes while I get ready.
Yeah, I sent him an email while he was still in training, and I said, "If I'm going to go live, I think my live would be better than your training class. If you want to join me?" Be a
Okay.
nice break from a day of training.
Karina.
Okay, we have a question from Karina. She wants to know, do we see her moving before June? I hear no.
I hear it's a possibility.
Not before June. I think it will be sometime in the summer. But I don't think it'll be before June.
I'm still hearing yes. Right in this, is it during the summer? It's summer. It's
Summer.
summer.
I'm seeing summer, but it's gonna be like July or August. August is terrible
Okay.
time to move in California. So hot here. Even Northern California gets hot in the summer. Although it's not as hot as it is down here in the valley.
Is this a move to help help with your finances, with health, and with the family? Is it that the guiding reason that you're wanting to move? Because that's the first card that came out, the Ten of Coins. So it's either moving for a new job to help with the family, moving it's for health, but or it could be for pleasure, but that's what I got so far. I'm also getting the Six of Coins is telling me that there's possibly some compromise going on around here. Are you just still toying with the idea, or have you made up your decision? Because if the Six of Coins is telling me it's like it's still up in the air. You're kind of toying with this idea. And with the Ace of Coins, again, you're planning for it and thinking about it, but you're not really 100% invested in the idea yet. I'm waiting for some confirmation. And I got the Two of Swords, so you're having decisions. So you basically, it's either you're going to go or you're not going to go. You really have to make this decision. Oh, you want to move to a senior complex. Okay. And the Five of Swords. Okay.
Well, that makes sense for what I got.
Okay. Well, again, this is going to be, you're going to have to shop around and come up with an idea with what you want to do. And then maybe tour some senior assisted living, the homes, to figure out what resonates best with you. Because I also got the Two of Swords, it's your decision to make, and the Five of Swords, it's telling me it's not something you need to rush into, but it's something you need to plan out accordingly to make sure that it's the right fit for you. And I have the Hermit. So again, this is still preparation and planning. You have to really think about it, what you want to do. So for the cards, I'll just show you real quick. I have Six of Coins, something that's kind of up in the air, give and take, kind of have to plan out. Do what?
I said I really like that card with the vest and the
yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of deja vu to the 20s.
And the Ace of Coins, it's telling me you're something that you're going to have to move forward in with that investment. The Ten of Coins is possibly something for your health, family reasoning, something that would better suit you. Two of Swords for the decision making, and the Five of Swords, not to be too hasty with your decision, but again, it is your decision. And the Hermit, plan ahead, plan. If this was even the Two of Wands, I would still say you need to plan. Well, I hope that resonates with you, Karina.
I hope that resonates with you too. The really cool thing, and I don't know what it's like all over the world, but because I know different areas are, different parts of the world are different, but California, I know in the part of California I live in, they have senior housing that you start in, you move into a cottage type house, but it has medical facilities available in the senior living, and then as you get to the point where you need more and more medical care, and you have your own apartment, your kitchen, the whole little 2-bedroom apartment, real nice, they're really cute and quite spacious. But as you get older, you move into the senior medical facility building that's sort of centralized, and they have doctors and everything available. All those services are available, transportation to outside doctors, everything. They're really nicely set up, but you can progress from the housing units as you age and become more unable to take care of yourself into the more nursing facility type facility. They're very well maintained. It's like part of the package deal you go into. They have dining halls available for people that, regardless of where you're living in the facility, or you can cook for yourself, or you can do prepared meals in a dining hall. And they're all set up like restaurants, and I don't know, they're really nice. Some of them are really just beautifully ran, beautiful gardens, and you have little backyards, so I don't know if that's what you're looking at. What I'm getting in the bottom of my card is you're feeling burdened right now, financially, and where you're living it is more maintenance and you want to take care of. So things like that. That's part of what you're considering, is some of your current expenses and expenditures you have where you're living right now. And I see that you're wanting to save money, or to be able to use your money more wisely, more generously, um, in your living expenses. So that's a motivation for your move. Is you're considering that it's going to help balance your budgeting out and all that. Um, you have been working hard at planning on, can you do this? Can you afford this? Are you going to find the place that you want to live that meets your needs and all that? I do see you as if you do decide to make this move, yes, it'll be a very successful move. You will be basically the king of your own household. It will get you where you want to go. Be quite successful. The Page of Cup is delivering a message that emotionally, financially, everything will be good if you do this. If you take the time to find the right place to move, check them all out. Check out what what the buy-in is, or the rental is, and all the terms of that. But I see that if you do decide to make this move, you're going to be very happy there. You won't regret the choices you make, either staying where you're at or going ahead and moving forward. Whichever way you go, you're going to be happy with the decision you decide to make. I don't get time frames in tarot, especially like this. So I don't know if it'll be before June or not. I could pull a couple of Lenormand, see if we get some kind of a link to a date. That's about as close as I get, or what season it'll be in. I wasn't hearing right in June. I was thinking sometime in the summer, though. And of course, it may depend on availability and, actually getting a physical move done. Let's see what I get. Yeah. 5 months, which would put you June, July. 5 would mean 5 months. May.
It may represent May. Kevin's thinking May.
That was Kevin here. Hi, Kevin. Hey, sweetie. Great show last night. Loved it. Even got my husband to watch it. We put it on a big screen last night watching it. He thought it was you and Kevin.
Me?
Yeah. I said, I don't think Rogers actually came in and met you on the computer.
I'm way too gorgeous.
Well, he always sees you on my phone, and I flip it over, and you and I are talking, and he's begging for sandwiches, and poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, I got him good the other night, didn't I, Dean? I thought you were going to fall off your seat.
I was too gorgeous to be entertaining on YouTube last night. I had to take much meditation and relaxation.
That's for the day with my sister. I got home. I sat down. Dean had called me. And my husband opens the door and he goes, "Oh, you're home.
Hey,
I'm
Catherine.
starving. I haven't ate all day." I'm like, if you're hungry, go make yourself your own sandwich. I don't need to be here to do that for you. And Dean just busts up laughing. He goes, like, I yelled at him out of it. I wasn't nice. I was stressed out from having spent a day with my sister, being nice to my sister. And Dean about cracked up laughing, fall off his chair. It was rather funny. And I was just, Don't. My daughter used to meet me in the driveway when she was a teenager. What's for dinner? And I hadn't even turned the car off yet. I'm like, don't nail me on the way in. You know, I
got
haven't even
3.
yet. Yeah, so it's
So,
funny. Anyways.
Kathy.
Yeah.
I thumbed through my deck and I stopped and I got 3 months. That would, with the 3 of wands, that would put it right at May 3.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe May. Maybe it's earlier. Hey, May is a better month to move, anyways. Cooler.
Yeah.
Especially in Northern California. Nice and comfortable to move in Northern California.
Kevin says, "Go make your man a sandwich, girl. He hungry."
Yeah, this is after Kevin told me. I made a pot of beans before I came on, and tonight I'm making ribs and
Did you make
potatoes. And
chicken last night? You made chicken last night, didn't you? What was it? Teriyaki chicken?
No, I think that was the night before last. No, was it?
Oh,
Yeah, it was the night before last. Yeah, I had a bag of chicken, frozen chicken breasts, chicken tenders. And instead of throwing them back in the freezer while they were frozen, I threw them in the freezer by mistake. So they had thawed out. Man, I opened the fridge to look for something to eat. There was a bag of chicken there. I went, oh, I better cook that because I don't want it sitting in my fridge. And now it's all melted. So I drained it off. I threw it in a pan, and I went, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I went, wonder what kind of sauce I have in the cabinet. My daughter moved when she left Vegas and moved to Pittsburgh. I got all the groceries. All the things that she couldn't, and she sent me. She had a huge pantry. Nothing. They ran out of room in their moving truck, so she sent me tons of stuff home. I had one of those giant truck bed sized coolers we brought home full of meat that came out of her freezer. And then, my car was packed for the groceries and dry goods and all kinds of stuff. So I have all this stuff. And my daughter is a foofy shopper too, so she has all these fancy little sauces and stuff. So there was this thing of teriyaki sauce I had never seen. I knew I didn't buy it because I didn't recognize the packaging. Man, it was the best sauce. I just threw that on the chicken and baked it, and then cooked some rice. And I said it was dinner. And then my husband had been snotty to me, and I jokingly said to him, "Oh, don't think I made you dinner, but there's food on the stove. I just had to cook the chicken." So yeah, I've been grumpy at him. He's been grumping at me. We're the what do they call that? I always tell you what it's called. What are they? Oh, the old radio shows back in the old days, the bickers. We're the bickers. We fight about it. Dean always says, "You guys don't really fight about anything, do you?" And no, we bicker. We bicker about nothing. Keeps our marriage sound. All the important things like money and transactions and all that, no problems there. Just sandwich issues. So,
It's like, if you're hungry, just go make yourself a sandwich.
yeah.
I don't know what's the matter with you. I don't have to hold your hand and make the sandwich. You can go make your sandwich. It's fine. I'll make dinner later. Just stop. Give me some space.
I told Kevin earlier, I grew up in a family where the women in my family serve the men their plates. So when my grandmother and my aunts and all that, even my mom when she was still married, when they made dinner, they made dad's plate. You fed the kids, you fed the husband, and then once everybody else was taken care of, then eventually you got to actually sit down and eat, because that's the way my family also ran. And so on automatic pilot, when I started dating Roger, I just followed suit. But men get used to that kind of treatment really fast.
We do?
Yeah. If you got a woman that's trained that way, you sure do. And then when you try to be a woman again,
so
forget it.
Training. I need to train. I need to be able to condition with positive reinforcement.
Right, Trina. Yeah, and Dean being a Cancer himself, like my husband,
Did you make me dinner today? Yes. Here.
And
Would you
like
like a
Kevin's
chocolate?
husband,
Would you like a
you
chocolate?
can probably relate to me a little bit better than Dean.
Oh my geez. What? You didn't make dinner yet?
Yeah,
Where's,
Dean's not married
where's
now.
my water
He's
spray?
wife.
Where's my water
His
spray?
wife to make him dinner.
Bad kitty.
Yeah, Trina said she'll take the sandwich issue any day. Oh, well, I'll just send them right to you. I got the sparkling blue eyes. Oh, would you cook the ribs tonight? The ribs appeared on my stove this morning, frozen.
Well, what's so okay? Okay, my question to the chat room: what is so wrong for a woman? Not it's not anything like sexist or anything, but for a woman to take care of her family, her husband, and her children.
Nothing, I do it automatically, but it's just when I'm not feeling good, I should be given 5 minutes to rest myself.
Me personally, if she would cook it, I will clean up after. I think
God,
that's
that's a great concept. Deal of
That's a fair trade.
my husband for you.
I will clean up. I just don't want to
And
make
dishes,
the effort to
I
clean.
hate doing dishes. If you come over and just do my dishes, I'll cook for you every night. Dishes.
Shoot, I'll even go grocery shopping. Make me the list. I'll go grocery shopping for the crap. If you make it, I will clean up. That will be the
grocery
trade.
shopping too, as long as you don't bring home everything in name brands.
I can see you on your honeydew list. No name brands. Underline, underline, underline.
Well, only certain I'll write the ones I want in the name brand down specifically.
Oh, okay. So there's certain things name brand.
Name brand.
Toilet paper, yes. Toiletry products, I'll just say this. Toiletry products, name brand. Bread, not or baking soda, not necessarily name brand.
No. Generic baking soda works just fine, made by the same company. Most of your canned vegetables, I live in California where we have canneries all around. You know, we grow all the fruits and vegetables here. Dell makes S&W makes that canned tomatoes. They all come out of one big cannery. And they label them for the stores individually. They label them for the different companies. One big cannery. No one employee. My husband did all the plumbing there.
No, because here's the thing. I came out of a marriage. Okay, show and tell time. I came out of a marriage that I did all the grocery shopping. I did all the cooking. I didn't do all the cleaning, but I did all the cooking. Yes, and I had to do. I was always on, picking up my daughter from daycare detail because she couldn't be bothered when she got home first thing, But yet she was the first one to drop her off at butt crack dawn when it was still dark. Yeah, but I had to rush to get her in the 5 o'clock traffic. So I was doing everything. I had no break. So I had no time for myself. By the time I got home, it was like, come on now. I get 5 minutes? 5 minutes to myself. I mean, you had all afternoon because you didn't really do anything, but yet, it's one of those things. So if I'm saying I would like to, if my next relationship is about her doing the cooking, then yeah, fine. I'm all for that because that's not something I want to do. I done that with my first relationship. My first marriage. I ain't trying to do that again in my next one.
Well, not to brag or anything, but I'm really a good cook. So he is rather all of his friends tell him that I am a really good cook, and I've got that 140 spices in my spice cabinet, and I know how to use them. I can cook anything. And his friends come over and they request when I'm barbecuing or something. Oh, can you make this or that a favorite dish?
Shark says, "F that, Dean. Nobody's worth that." But, exactly.
And I do like to cook. I have pancreatic problems, and I am now a forced vegetarian. I'm a true carnivore. I just can't digest meat. So sometimes I really resent cooking Mr. Meat and Potatoes dinner every night when I can't eat any of it. So I end up having to cook him dinner, and then I have to make myself. I get the vegetables that whatever I cooked along with him, but I usually have to prepare something that's going to be balanced for me. So it's more like, yeah, steak and potatoes and the works. Resentment, total resentment. Because I would just love to be able to sit down, eat a steak, and not feel like I have been killed afterwards. So,
Yeah, and when I did convince her into cooking, half the food would still be raw, or she would let it thaw out most of the day and not refrigerate it. It's gross. No.
oh yeah, and then it's been sitting out, and it's like chicken or something, bacteria crawling all over it.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, we don't do that. Well,
No,
I just had the one question. Did anybody else have questions or something fun we can read on? I can eat a little bit of chicken. I can eat fish. Fish, I have no problems with it. Even fish gets old after a while, even if you have one of every kind. Love shrimp. I'm only independently wealthy. I would just live on crab meat and shrimp.
Crab meat and tuna. Well, see, I like to put my tuna over rice. A little bit of garlic.
No, actually, I like to put my tuna on toast.
I can do that too.
Or crackers, or
my
dad was a tuna fisherman, so it's a mainstay in my house to have at least a case of tuna at all times. Albacore. We only eat the best, albacore.
It's stored in water, right?
Yeah, but I grew up on the my dad fished out of San Diego, out of Coronado. Well, they launched out of Coronado and Napa, but he fished out of Mexico, the coast of Mexico. They would go down and do the Mexico run. He comes from a fishing family, but they sold to Starkiss, chicken of the sea. Not the real chickens that. So they sold to Starkiss. So we always had cases and cases and cases of Starkiss. Yeah, because they sold it, they always got tons. The canneries would just give it to the fishermen that they sold their fish to. And so yeah, we always had, even after my mom and dad divorced, we always had tuna in the house. So, and being a Pisces and all, I had to live on tuna.
So Kathy, there's a question here. Is it from Karina? So what is with North Korea and the missiles? Will China take them over?
I think we did a reading on that. I think it was Kevin and I did the reading. Or was it you and I? I don't remember who I was reading with. It may have been Sharon and I. It was me and some of my friends. I know I was in on the reading. We were saying that North Korea was, they're doing all that missile launching. I think it was Kevin and I, because maybe we were talking behind the scenes about it. We were seeing that with all these missile launching and testing that they're doing underground, they're going to cause some real problems with their ecosystem. And it's going to trigger, it had been with our prediction readings that we were talking about it behind the scenes, I think. Anyways, we were seeing that there's going to become some real ecosystem problems. It's going to trigger earthquakes. It could possibly trigger an eruption in North Korea, because where they're setting those up is right on top of a volcano that's active. We didn't see it blowing up like Mount St. Helens. We see it puffing smoke, and it's going to cause earthquakes, and it's going to trigger more problems in the Ring of Fire in the South Pacific. And I know Kevin did a lot more on the South Pacific side of the weather systems than I did, because I tried to stay more in the continental when I did my predictions. And I believe that's on his first show with Mel that he did a lot of those predictions. So if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch Kevin and Mel on I think it aired 2 Sundays ago or 2 Mondays ago, if I remember right. Kevin, you can correct me. But just go into Mel's channel and you'll see it listed. Really good show. They really read really well together. Love them together. They have really good vibrations together. And yeah, we're seeing well, I'm seeing that kind of problem. In the interim, I think it's going to cause a lot of problems with their water systems, their ground, it's going to cause havoc, and they're going to get to the point where it's poisoning the people, and they're going to end up having to have to come in. I keep seeing at some point in time, South Korea is going to come in and help rescue North Korea, because they're going to need help feeding their people. I mean, they're destroying their environment and their farmlands and their water tables, and the people have been ran to the ground in such a communist regime that they don't know how to take care of themselves, really, without being dictated to do whatever they're told. Of course, I don't see Kim Jong-un alive. I've seen him passed long ago. I think they've got his body on life support, but I think what pictures they have shown of him, that's a body double. I mean, if you look up picture before he just disappeared off the face of the earth, when him and Trump were shaking hands on the border and sending each other love letters, and you look at the pictures now, it doesn't even look like the same person if you really do a side-by-side comparative. Not the same person. The hairline's different. The jaw structure's different. I mean, you start looking at the fine details. Not the same guy. I don't see North Korea sustaining itself as a country. Will China take it over? No. I think it's South Korea that's going to step in, and they have most of the people in North Korea are related to people in South Korea. It's like West Germany and East Germany when it split during World War I. Families got separated, and they don't have an ability to get back together. And so this will also give an opportunity for a lot of families to reunite. This has been they divided back in my lifetime. That happened when I was a child. The Vietnam War and the Korean War. Or just before I was born. I'm not that old. I was born in 1964, so it was right before I was born. I was born in the Vietnam era. But yeah, I don't see North Korea staying a country on its own for a long time. I think they're going to just be their own demise, and I don't think his sister can control it. I think she's calling the shots right now, but so is the military, and everybody's trying to fight for the power. And last thing they want to do is let a woman in power in a country that it's a communist military ran country. So I don't know. I don't see good things happening in North Korea at all. Hope that helps. Hope I'm right for the poor people in North Korea that they get to move out of that communist mode and return to a more real life. It's going to be quite a transition. I'm worried about explosions too there. It's frightening. And the loss of lives that'll happen because of their irresponsibility. Hello, young Kelly. That's the first time I've seen your name here. You have That's a website. Sorry.
It was already taken care of.
Okay. Thank you for giving us a view. Every view counts. Hi, Vivian. Well, it's true. Every view counts. Yeah, I could see that was the troll when I looked closely. Even me, I'm blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. So does anybody else have any good questions? I never get to read politics on my channel. Everybody always wants mini readings and do a lot of spiritual readings. I have fun doing the spiritual. Well, Dean, you could tell them what some of the weird things we've been working on lately.
Another one. Hold on.
Wow. What are you doing? Just coming back under name after name?
It's just different name after different name. Yep. Well,
geez, I haven't hit 500 yet. I'm getting trolled pretty good now.
Bye, Trina.
Bye, Trina. I'll see you later tonight on your show with Dean. And your and Dean's show.
I mean, what specifically, Kathy, did you want to talk about?
Anything.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
Yes, if you haven't seen Katrina's programs yet, I think most of you.
It's Katrina's program. It's not Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina. I'm sorry. Did I say Katrina?
Yeah, you said Katrina.
Oh wow. Sorry, Trina.
Yep, she started her own
And
with
the way she spells her show name, you're gonna have to say it for me because it's all pushed together, and I will not be able to pronounce it because I'll have to break it up too much.
Unique Inspiration.
Thank you. I need to read that. Unique Inspirations. It's really a good program, though. I love it, and she is very, very inspirational. She is a really good motivational speaker.
Yes, she is.
And she's doing her program 8 o'clock Central. Is that correct, Dean? Is it 8 Central?
It's usually 8:30, something like that.
Yeah. So, well, if we don't have
really talk about
any more questions, yeah, I've been sick for the past 2 days. I thought I had got COVID from my sister, but luckily I didn't. I just had a chest cold that just tried to nosedive down into my chest and set. But got that taken care of. So my voice is funny. My voice sounds funny to me.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. You hear it echo? Okay. Yeah, I had that. We were talking about the other night. I had that sort of sound behind my voice. Always sounds. Yeah. It's a problem with the muscles in my vocal cords functioning correctly. It's sort of a brain link thing. I'm a little brain damaged. CMS. I have 9 brain lesions. Yeah, so just a little bit of brain damage.
I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I'm tired.
You've been on the computer all day in training sessions.
Yep.
Fun.
Let's see. Hello, Genie123.
Yes, hello, Genie123. Do you have a question? If you'd like us to read for you, we're taking personals and fun questions, anything you want to talk about, politics. If not, we were about ready to wind up. I see Ron Unconditional Love is going to be jumping on. I saw his advertisement with Stash earlier today.
I thought that was for Saturday night.
That was for, isn't today the 4th?
Yeah.
No, it's tonight.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think it starts at the same time you do.
Oh.
Got a little competition there.
No, actually, he's live now.
Oh, yeah, I guess he did go live now.
Yeah, yep. I just have to smile. I feel gorgeous.
Oh, Jeannie said she wouldn't mind having a general reading if we have time. Well, we definitely have time. A message from Spirit. No, you're not too late. I had done a vision reading that I had about a week and a half ago earlier. So if you're interested in Ukraine and Putin, you can catch that on the rewind.
Good night, Char.
Good night, Char. I'll send you an email or send me one and let me know when you want to get together. Ooh, she said Shadow Blade on Netflix. You have to check that out. I've been watching old reruns of Lie to Me. I like that show. Where you're watching all the reading body language.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that, so it wasn't until that show came on that I realized that I look for all those little tiny triggers in people's facial expressions. I spent 25 years interviewing people who lied to me all the time. Helps being psychic too. I was a paralegal for the DA's office. Oh, Karina, I hope so. Karina said Newsom is talking about lowering the gas prices in California by 50 cents a gallon. When is that going to happen? I haven't heard that news, but God, I hope so. We can all pray on it. How about tomorrow? How about today?
Have you pulled for Genie123 yet?
No, not yet. But we'll read on the gas next. Genie123, message from Spirit.
Well, I feel like though you're holding on to something, and you need to be either grateful for what you have or consider other options. I have overall in the bottom of my deck, I have the Four of Pentacles. So you're definitely safeguarding something. Center of my reading, I have the Four of Cups. So it's telling me you are not necessarily thinking about all your options, but there's other options available, or at least one more that might relieve some confusion or whatever you're hesitant about or holding on to. I do feel like you're on a path for closing one door and having another door open for you of opportunities. A next cycle is about to start.
I'm sorry.
Do it.
I'm laughing because of the way my card's laid out when you said that.
And I
Yeah.
do have you starting that journey with a with that mindset of the fool, but not a fool in general, but just that open mindset, like you're carefree, you're starting this journey, seeing where it takes you, but at the same time, it's putting you on the fence about something where you have to safeguard yourself and protect yourself for what might come after you with the Seven of Wands. But ultimately, it's a new opportunity for you to take a risk, to take a chance. But this could be either a new employment opportunity or starting a new relationship. But there's definitely something that's coming on down the line for you. That is what I got for you. I hope that resonated, Jeannie123. And I will leave you in Kathy's good hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry I laughed in the middle of your reading because right as you said, an Indian number cycle, I pulled the
Oh,
death,
the death. Mm.
which is an Indian number cycle. And I thought it was so hilarious because it's the card that doesn't fit into the first four cards. Because I show that you're in a period right now where you've been living under the stars. Things have been really looking good for you. You've had a lot of celebrations. Things are right. You've been very content with your family, your home life. Everything's good. Um, and then I get this Page of Swords. You're starting to move forward in your truth, or a message leading you forward to a new beginning. Death is an ending or an ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new. So I threw a clarifier on that, and I show that this is something that you actually are planning to do. You've got changes. You've been planning and thinking about how to make changes in your life. I don't know if this is family, jobs, home, spiritually, but it's going to be slightly burdensome at first. You're going to be carrying a little bit of a load, but then generosity comes in, and you start. I always think of the Six of Pentacles as a generosity card. Um, as you give, you'll receive. So that doesn't mean throw money at people and people throw money back at you. That means be charitable. What you give is returned in tenfold. So pass a smile to somebody when you're going down the street. It'll cause a chain reaction of happiness. Help somebody out in the grocery line. Pay it forward by the guy in the car behind you in the Starbucks line, a cup of coffee. I always love that one. Those chains can go on all day if they get started with the right people. It's amazing, hilariously funny. I do see that underneath this is the king, the Knight of Wands. This is your fire energy moving forward. In this new adventure, you will be moving into calmer waters. With whatever it is, changes you have planned or spiritually you have planned. Um, um, you're like the thief in the knife. You think, it'll sort of feel like you're getting away with something. You're really not getting away with something. You're moving forward. You're taking the weapons from the enemy, so that they can no longer be used. And your ships will come in, and it ends with success. So whatever big change that you have coming your way, it will be a positive upward movement. If it's spiritually, financially, with home, family, business, it looks like you're starting that new cycle. It's a choice that you've made. You've been planning on it, and I'm seeing this as a cycle through the year rather than just the next month or two. This is gonna come and unfold itself over time, probably throughout the year. Since tarot has no time, I'm just feeling like it's your outlook for the year more than than just immediate outlook. But ultimately, with this change into this cycle and the beginning of your new cycle, it's going to come out good. You're going to come out on top in all ways. So that's what I got. Hope that's helpful. Oh, he did announce it. Karina said that Newsom did announce it, but he didn't say when, huh? I would think if he's already announcing it, it's in the works. You know, when they announce that price is going to go up, they have the prices changed before the sun sets. But when they say they're going to drop it, it could take a week or two. Seems like they raise it faster than they lower it. Yeah, Jeannie, I think you're going to have a good year. It's going to have its little ups and downs, but I think it's going to be mostly up. Are you muted?
Whoops, I guess I was muted. So who you saying is going to have a great year?
Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie, yeah. I don't see any problems there with the reading I gave.
No.
Just seems very positive.
Yeah, just go with the flow. It'll all flow together. I think it's something you've been working out, and we all plan some. Not everything's by the seat of our pants. Let's read on this gas prices in California going down. Last time I filled up, we were right. We just dropped under $4 a gallon. I was like $3.90, $3.97. But I'm in Central California. Go to coastal California, it's probably up closer to $5 a gallon. I don't know what it runs in Northern California. I think it's the closer you get to Oregon, a little bit cheaper. I don't know. The closer you get to San Francisco, LA, San Diego, goes up.
That is interesting. You answered that already about when Genie 123 said, "Did your psychic abilities help you know when people are lying?" For me, not necessarily. For me, I always felt something was off, like somebody wasn't telling me something completely, or something was being hidden from me. It's just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I know, like when something smells fishy, but I don't know what it is.
With me, I have this uncanny knack of having claircognizance. I just know. Not only do I know most
You
of
don't
the
have the
time that I'm
question
being
posted, so I'm not sure what we're reading on.
gas prices in California dropping 50 cents.
Okay.
In regards to how do I know when I'm being lied to? I'm claircognizant for one thing. I'm clairaudient. I will hear lie, 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 or I will hear what they're not telling me. Like, for example, a guy came in, said, "Oh, I'm a tree farmer." He's meaning I plant orange trees, blah 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 blah, as for a living. He's telling me this is his own his. He works part time, seasonal, blah blah blah. And as he's telling it, I could smell pine trees, and which I thought was really odd. And I'm a Forest Service brat, so why am I smelling the forest when I live in the Central Valley of California, where we grow oranges? And if he's a tree planter, that would be most likely what he does. He replants crops. It's common occupation, seasonal work here. But I kept on smelling pine trees. And then as he was talking, it slipped out that he'd been up in the Bishop area, which if you're in Northern California, you know Bishop's on a forest. Well, my mom headed up Southern California Northern California contracting for the Forest Service. After I leave the office, I pick up the phone. I call up the bishop, and I talk to the contracting officer there, and I tell him my name, using my maiden name, of course, because I knew he would recognize it. And he asked me, "Oh, are you related to your mother?" Yes, I am. And I asked him, "Does this person have any tree planting contracts with you?" Because I could smell pine trees, and he had been in that area. Come to find out, yes, this guy did. He had three $1 million contracts. One was just getting ready to pay out, and two more that would be closing. It's public information. I got the information faxed to me without a subpoena and had that baby in court. And he was a tree planter, just not the kind he was trying to say. I was a $10 an hour labor contracted tree planter who worked for somebody else. He was actually a contractor holding contracts. So, yeah, I just sort of have a knack for things like that. Made me good at what I did. Made me really good at what I did. But, yeah, and I don't. And when I get caught not catching somebody lying to me, and it's costing me, it's going to be usually something against me. That some slick salesman actually, and I'm usually really good about catching the salespeople too, because I worked in that industry for years too. Oh, I beat myself up. How could I fell for it? Oh, totally. I can get those things stopped real quick though. I've turned people in the Department of Labor for stuff like that for trying to rip me off. So, or Better Business Bureau, etc. I'm that reporter. Burn me once, I'll burn you twice. So, and instead of telling 10 people you burn me, I'll tell 100. So if I told you I'm a virgin, Kathy, I would laugh at you, Deb Z. Doesn't get a renewal process every few years. Though it sounds pretty good, it should renew itself, huh?
Yes.
I can hear Deb Z laughing from here. She's at least 5 hours away. Just leave your granny panties at the door, Deb Z. I haven't seen Sharon come in. Thinking about the granny panties. That's not very nice of me, is it?
Which Sharon?
No, cobweb doesn't mean it grows back, Dempsey. That was good. I'd love her sense of humor.
Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, hi, Kelly. Yeah, Deb, did you go down and buy your white gloves yet? To come join us chatting. So you don't have to come on camera. We suggested she just show her hands and she could buy some elegant white gloves from, yesteryear. Good luck though. If you find some, you're probably gonna have to go to some really good secondhand thrift stores. They have some down in LA. I'm sure that that you can find some really good retro clothing. Yeah, my husband, Deb Z threw that a joke at Sharon on Nasty Women's about Sharon taking off her granny panties and leaving them at the door or something like that. My husband was watching that night when we burst out laughing, and he about fell over dying. And he actually goes around telling his friends his version of the granny panty joke. Um, it's hilarious. I walked to the garage one day, and he's out there telling it to a group of guys, and I about cracked up laughing. I couldn't wait to tell Debsy my husband's telling that as his own joke now. It's hilarious. And of course, we always tease. Everybody always tease Sharon about the granny. We just can't help ourselves. We love Sharon. Yeah, and Deb, you really should meet my husband. He is hilariously funny, and he absolutely adores Sharon. If he hears her and I talking in private, he's out there like, ah. He told her he was going to get on his bike and drive up to Canada to see her, and she's like, "Come on over." I'm like, "You can have him. Just take him." She goes, "No, he's not my type, but he's fun." Yeah, I probably wouldn't get a word in edgewise, believe it or not, if those two got together. That would be rather fun, though. I could see us hitting town and painting it bright red.
Getting kisses from the cat, saying it's dinner time.
I kicked my cat out. I think I left the door open so he would quit. I came in here to turn my computer on, and he must have felt Dean's energy coming. Because every time I get on the computer and Dean's on with me, what does a cat do, Dean? He stands at my door and
whines.
cries. "I'm starving. She doesn't feed me."
It's one of those elongated.
He's such a sweet cat, too. He just thinks he should have a can of cat food anytime he cries, even if he just ate one. This is Tucker, my cat. I don't know. Some of you have seen him. He's a black cat with a little white mustache. It's a tuxedo cat. One side of the mustache has been shaved off a little short. Like a bag commercial. He's one of my rescues. Yeah, Roger let him in last night, which is really rather surprising because he never lets cats in. If anything, he lets them out. He let him in. He fed him half a can of cat food. He came back in and cried. I said, and he's crying and crying and crying. He says, I said, "Well, let him back out. He wants out now." So he walks up, goes to the door to let him out. He didn't want out. So he goes and feeds him the other half can of cat food. I said, "You have got to be kidding." And he tells me I give the dog too many treats. And he feeds the cat a whole can of cat food all by himself. We have 3 cats. They share. Hey, somebody from Norway is calling me. Cool. I don't know anybody in Norway.
Today may be your lucky day.
I don't know. I've been getting calls from all over the world lately. I always like the calls from the United States. I mean, if you accidentally answer them, you're any place close to the United States. I don't normally answer unknown callers. If I don't recognize it, doesn't have a name attached, I don't answer it. So if we are done with questions. Does anybody else have a question or something you want us to read on? No, the list isn't. Hi, Miss May. How are you? She's another fellow Californian. What's your question, Miss May? What was my brother's Michael? I heard yes. I heard yes, yes, yes.
Is he a tall individual?
I think so.
Tall and skinny?
Like 6 foot.
Because I'm saying tall and skinny. Somebody with brown hair. At least that's the image that's coming in my mind right now. You know what he kind of reminds me of? Anthony Hopkins in a way. Kind of just the way he's looking to me. Kind of, but not really.
She said he's not skinny.
Well, he's looking skinny now. It's funny how our mind fill in the blanks. He wanted to be thin. Sounds like you're describing my maternal grandfather, Raul.
He wanted to be thin, so.
My guide's saying that is Raul. It's probably not your brother. It's probably Raul. That's what I'm hearing from my guide.
No, I think it was your brother. I think you're seeing Raul, though he's come forward too. I'm hearing yes. They're both here now.
Well, I'm connecting with Raul. I'm not connecting with the brother.
Don't you love it when they mess with your electronics, Miss May? My nephew does that all the time to me.
So I guess the question is, who was it that was messing with your television the other night? Was it your brother or was it your grandfather?
No, that was her brother.
Then why is it grandfather here?
I think his grandfather has a message for her, though.
Okay, let's find out, Miss May.
Okay, whoever's calling me from LA, I'm not answering. Everything's coming from all over the place. Oh, your fireplace turned on 2 nights ago? That was probably your grandfather.
Well, I had the jumper. I had the 3 of Cups, so they're both probably working in tandem with one another. Let's see. What does Raul want to say, Miss May?
Okay, you and Raul. I'm going to read on her brother.
Are you being overly hard on yourself? Because I have the Judgment here. So what are you being too hard on yourself with? Because I feel like it's something about a relationship or an argument you're having with somebody, a disagreement possibly. And what he's wanting you to know is with the 10 of Swords that you've learned your lessons about not being, so you should find yourself in this situation before about being hurt, betrayed. it's time to move on. I feel it's time to plan for the future. It's time to move on, to think about and reflect about where you want to move to. And compromising and giving and taking, yeah. So it's about compromising, giving and taking. Is that the struggle?
Oh no, we lost Dean. Hold on, let me click him back on. It came back in.
I don't know what happened. My camera just
I
shut
know,
me.
I heard it pop and thought you were expelling negative energy.
No, that's just
That's what
telling
it
me
sounded
somebody's
like. It
here.
sounded like
That's
that
just
pop that we
confirmation.
did that one night.
Okay, so Miss May, that's just confirmation. There's somebody here with me right now. So what I was saying is, let's see. Let me finish this.
I'm curious of what she's saying. My mom.
Let's see. So it's like I feel like you're being too hard on yourself, and whatever that is, it's either an argument or is it working with other. It's a relationship. It's either you're way too hard on yourself or you're not giving yourself some me time. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like you it's like you put yourself in this, like you're in this situation where you like it's like it's almost like a bird. I wish this was like the 10 of Wands, because I'm feeling this sword 10 of Swords should be like the 10 of Wands. It's like you have a lot of these commitments and obligations resting on your shoulders, but they're not.
Have you read this? It says she's been her mom expects her to take care of her because she didn't plan financially to prepare for her retirement. So she feels very burdened by it at times, but lucky she's
Mm,
been able to help her.
okay.
And then she says, um, I feel for you taking care of. Oh, Debsy. I'm sorry, that was Debsy's comment after that. She
Okay.
said, it does sound like his grandfather again.
Yeah. So with the 2 of Wands, I'm seeing that's on the other side of this 10 of Swords. It's saying you need to rethink this, right? You need to rethink the situation you're in. Like, her predicament is not yours to bear. As family, you want to take care, but remember, if you are taking care of her, if she's in your home, remember, she's a guest. She needs to I'm feeling like she's a guest and she needs to respect your space, your boundary, your rules, because that's just the nature of things. And this is probably why I'm getting the 6 of Pentacles. Give and take, compromise. She needs to compromise, or she I'm hearing pack your shit or get out. I don't know why I'm hearing that.
Well,
But
I'll
you
have
put it
that
more
on that
subtly.
one
I'm
too.
not trying to be mean about it. If
Yeah.
that's getting to the situation, if it's coming from this, going to pack your stuff and get out, please note that that's just me being me. Okay, in this situation, but
But the rest of
compromise.
us would be a lot nicer than that.
It's compromise. There has to be some give and take in this. Um, it might, because here's the chariot. The chariot's next. It's moving on, moving forward. I say another, and again, this is 2 again, and here's another 2 with the 2 of Wands, and there's 2 gentlemen there. I would say give her 2 options to get. It's like it's either down to 2 options. Either you're going to respect me, or let's make a move to something else. And here's two options again with the give and take, yin and yang, right? With the Six of Pentacles. Yes or no? There has to be some kind of, there needs to be some gray in this black and white. Now, I also have the Hangman. You need, once you make these decisions, you need to stick with them. You can't, there's no room for compromise here, because if you do, again, go back and it's like a child almost, to where if you go back because you
She
feel
takes
guilty about
mine.
something, she'll take advantage of you. It'll be that much harder to condition this again. What's next? I have the Three of Swords. There's going to be a lot of heartache over this. This is going to be another, it's like this again, heartache and burden. Okay, stick to your guns. You may feel like she's being victimized in this situation. She may feel like sideways, turned over. But again, your health shouldn't be put into the your health should not be compromised because of her throwing a temper tantrum. Again, take some time for yourself to reflect on things. Again, with the Four of Cups, because again, there's always that one cup that's full, and we don't necessarily always see that option. There's always options when there's doesn't seem to be an options. But again, I do think you will move on to a sunnier day. Okay, you just have to think positive in this. And again, with the jumper that flew out, your bonus card is your Three of Cups. Learn to compromise, work together, a happy family, happy home, I guess. But that is what I'm getting, Miss May. I hope that resonates with you.
See, my box is still closed, Dean.
And
And I thought, why didn't I think about using that deck? That would have been perfect for the
on the
stream.
bottom, it's my favorite card in the deck. One of my favorite cards, the Page of Pentacles. Sit back and look at how beautiful you are, because it's
Well,
gorgeousness.
my starts out with telling you you're an empress. It's enough said. No. Miss May, am I remembering this right? But you and I both have MS. Is that you or is that Miss Lady that I'm thinking of? Because I'm thinking you have your own health issues and stress as well. If I'm remembering right, it's been a long time since. I can't remember if it was you or one other person. She said, "Thank you, Dean."
Oh, she doesn't have MS. You're welcome, Miss May.
She does or she doesn't.
She doesn't. She said,
Okay,
nope, not me.
that was Miss Lady. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was you or her. Okay, well, first of all, I got the Empress card for you right out of the deck, but this is what I'm getting from when I first saw this card is see the light chakra going into her head. This is the light that's giving you the energy to know what you need to do to make things right for you and her. Because you're being guided from above. Okay. The next card is funny because as I'm throwing Dean's reading and he says moving card, and the next card I get is the Ten of Wands. But in my deck, this is a Light Seers deck. In my deck, look what the Ten of Wands is doing. It's got an ox. It's got his bags packed. It's moving. Yes, it may be burdensome, but this may be
Wow.
something you want to consider. It doesn't mean kick her to the roadside. It means maybe there needs to be some other kind of living arrangements made. Other siblings stepping in to help. If you don't own your home, maybe a home that you have a little bit more, like a split floor plan where she's got one side, you've got another, and you share some common space, but you have your own wings. Makes a big difference when you're living with a parent, especially one that's controlling or becoming troublesome with time. You do have the world on your side. You've got this. You know what you need to do You will be guided to do the right thing. Don't let it overwhelm you. Listen to your gut. Keep that aside, you will make the right decisions regardless of which direction you decide to go. And like Dean said, once you make the decision and talk to her. If you're going to compromise, do it at the beginning. Don't do it 10 months down the road because every time you compromise after you've made your decision, every inch you give, she's going to go a mile. And you want control of the situation. You don't want her to run the show. And when Dean said, "Remember, she's a guest in your home," I heard my mom say that 1,000 times to me when I was growing up. "You're just a guest in my home." And that's why I cracked up laughing, because it was usually followed by, "When you're old enough to go out on your own, then you can make your own decisions. But as long as
And
you're a guest in my home."
and when Mai had the 10 of swords, I said, this feels like it should be a 10 of wands. And you had the 10 of wands because that was what I was feeling. It was a burden, but not a burden.
Yeah, and this is more of the, I didn't even read this. It's more of a, it may be a burden to move, and this is a slow moving burden, but I didn't see it like you were, like, I saw more like there was some moving on to go. It wasn't going to be you carrying remember, she doesn't have all these bags on her back. She's leading the ox in this card, and that's what I like about this card. This deck shows her in control of the ox, moving the stuff. Yes, it may be burdensome, but it's getting done, where she's not bound up by all those wands. Ultimately, you're going to come out in the end with the Ace of Pentacles. And I love this Ace of Pentacles in this deck because this Ace of Pentacles is setting down roots, like a seedling in this deck. See the roots coming out of the bottom? And then I get the Ace of Swords. You have to live in your truth. Live in what is true for you, what is going to be the best for you. If you can't take care of yourself because you're under so much stress, how can you expect to take care of her or help her out? And it's a two-way street. She needs to work with you as much as she wants to you to help her out. She needs to help you out while it's a two-way street. It takes cooperation with both of you to make this work. If you're going to continue to live together, you've got to find a way to live peacefully, not to have to carry 100% of the financial burden. I'm sure she has some source of income coming in. I just couldn't see her having no sources of income coming in. And like your grandfather's saying, it is not 100% your responsibility to be her bread and butter. So yes, you're helping her out. Don't carry 100% of the load. She is going to have to carry part of that. And if all else fails, if your decision is she needs to move someplace where she can afford to live, or she can be taken care of, or whatever, then down the road, those decisions you're going to make. You're not left out in the cold with this Five of Pentacles. Look, she's got the key. All she needs to do is use it. She can get through that door. This Five of Pentacles, she chooses to be outside. The key's there in front of the door. She just needs to get up, pick it up, and open it. I do see you walk. With the Knight of Pentacles, this card always reminds me sort of a walk away, like the eight of Pentacles or the Eight of Cups would in other decks. It's always like the moving on. Yeah, it takes some time, but it's a moving card. It's a motion card to me, versus of it being working hard. Well, yeah, you're going to be working hard towards moving on, versus production in a product. It does take work. It takes joint work to move forward, But I do see you coming out in smoother waters. Things will smooth out from this. Whatever decisions you make, stand true to your heart, do it in truth, and it will be the right decision. And the underlying card on the deck, and I love this, got best card of the deck. You will get the freedom, the sunshine. Sun will shine on you. And I love this card because it's so representative of freedom. Look how joyous she is in that warmth of that sunshine. So I think you can get this will work out for you. You just need to really think through what exactly you want to do. Talk to her. Ask her, what is it that you want from me? Also, it's a give and take. We've got to take our parents into consideration. There's when you have a parent in this situation and they do need help, and you want to help, but you can't always carry everything 100%. There's got to be some give and take, some compromise on her side. And I have this feeling that you're the one that always compromises. She needs to bend a little bit too. You shouldn't be the only one bending in this agreement. Just because she's your mother doesn't mean she's going to roll the roost. Like Dean said, she's now in your home. And if you're carrying the burdens and the majority of the expenses to do that, then you're going to have a lot more say in it, because you're the one that has to make everything balanced in the end. And I put you in my prayers. I know you're a very strong, competent woman. You will figure this out. Keep us informed of what's going on, and let us know how things are going. But I think you will find a good working solution. And lay it on the line. Hey, Mom, you can't get nasty with me because I'm not doing exactly what you want. Just lay it on the line. We need to be treating each other with respect. Not always easy, but she needs to be respectful for you. How would she feel if you were going around treating her like that? Hence the reason why I snap at my husband. I know my husband isn't my parent, but there is 8 years between us, so maybe it is. He always tries to act like he's my dad. Anyways, good luck to you, and I know you'll get this worked out. I do see things working out for you, so you take care, Miss May. Welcome in the room, Deb. 2021. Glad to see you here tonight. Did we lose Dean? No, Dean, just turn this screen off for a minute. So, was there any more questions? Oh, Miss May, you are going to find a workable solution. And there is counseling programs even for elderlies that are working as you. It's got to be stressful when you start trading positions with your parent and child. That's really hard on parents when the role reversals start happening. I think it's too soon for me to read on that. Dozen cats. As I read the question, I'm not picking up on any instant energy that I would normally pick up on somebody that passed recently. So what about you, Dean? Are you picking up any energy? No? Okay. I'm sorry, Kelly. $8 years ago, huh? Yeah, I'm just not picking up any energy field from her. normally as soon as I pick up a question, if they're going to come forward, I start getting an instant hit. So I'm not feeling her coming forward.
So I'm feeling a little tired now, Kathy.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I have a reading this evening to do.
I need to get rested up for my show tonight. So
Yeah,
I want to thank everybody for coming by.
I'll
Thank
be
you,
in the
Kathy,
audience
for
when I'm done with
allowing me
that
to join.
reading. So, yeah, thank you for coming. I know it was very impromptu today. I've been trying to get back on since the first. Gosh, it's been 3 days. Well, you know, it's funny because after we couldn't get on, we threw cards on it. And what did our guide say? 3 days. And we'd be able to log in. I couldn't log in yesterday either.
I could log in yesterday. Everything was fixed, and my spirit guide was like, okay, but I wasn't feeling it yesterday.
Well,
So
you know how sick I was yesterday. You called me and we talked for a little while, and I was death warmed over yesterday still.
Yeah.
I even asked everybody, do I have COVID? Oh my God, you don't think she gave me COVID, did you? My sister had COVID, and halfway to me taking her to admit, she goes, oh yeah, I had COVID last week. Oh, I didn't tell you that. I'm like, thanks. I'm like super high risk. And now you're telling me on the way to Bakersfield that you had COVID last week and you just got over it. And then I ended up with this chest cold, and I thought
at least you're feeling better now, Kathy.
Yeah, I am. I had prednisone though, so that helped because it was already dropped into my chest, and I get pneumonia so easy.
So, like I said, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, for supporting our channels. And we will see you next time.
And it looks like Linda G has just opened up a notice that she is answering questions. It says ask Linda G questions. So she must be taking questions for a show. And our friend Deanne, Shield Maidens Tarot, just posted a video also. So anyways, thank you for joining us, and we will see you on Sunday on my channel, tonight on Dean's channel for Copy Talk with Dean and Trina, and we'll be back. And I don't know if Dean and I are talking about doing our program on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. I have to double check with his schedule still. So we'll see you then.